Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to make chicken pot pie. Now I am very particular about how I make my chicken pot pie. I only make it with fresh ingredients and the dough is from scratch. To start off, I'm sauteing 4 chicken thighs that I seasoned with salt and pepper. I'm boiling about a handful of green beans that I chopped, and I'm also boiling 1 medium potato that I chopped as well. I'm using half a stick of butter, and I'm going to melt that in a pan. Now I'm going to add 1 chopped onion, 1 celery stalk chopped, and 1 carrot chopped. And I'm going to let that cook for a few minutes. Alright, I chopped 3 cloves of garlic. Now I'm going to add that to the onions and celery and mix it around. I have 1/4 cup of flour that I'm going to add to our pot and mix it around. Alright, we're going to continue to let it cook for a few more minutes. So after letting it cook for about 5 more minutes, as to where the carrots are a little soft, I'm going to go ahead and add 1 can of chicken broth. We're going to bring it to a boil and let it thicken. Now that our mixture has thickened, I'm going to add about half a cup of white wine. And then I'm going to make it nice and creamy by adding a little heavy cream. And then we're going to simmer it a little bit more and let it thicken up a little bit more before we add a little bit of cheese. Now I'm going to add a handful of cheddar. And then I'm going to add a handful of Parmesan just to bring out the flavors. And mix it all around in there nice and good. So I'm going to add some pepper. Don't be shy with the pepper, but be very shy with the salt because Parmesan is a little salty, so you really don't need to add too much salt. This is the point where you taste. We're going to taste it and see if it needs anything else, which I highly doubt. And then we're going to add the rest of the ingredients. That's good. We do, however, need to add a little bit more pepper and a little bit more salt. And let's add a little bit more cheese. Now we're going to add the chicken that I chopped. We're going to add the string beans that I cooked. And we're going to add the cooked potatoes. And mix it all together. Oh, that looks so good. Oh, yeah. And set it aside to cool while we make the crust. So we need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 6 tablespoons of butter that I cut up a little bit, and 3/4 cup of whole milk. We're going to add the sugar, the baking soda, and the salt to our flour. And then we're going to mix it around. Now we're going to add the butter. And then we're going to cut the butter into our flour mixture. You don't want big chunks in the flour, you just want it to be a little crumbly. Now let's add the milk. We're going to add the milk. We're just going to start mixing it all around with our hands. Yeah, it gets very messy, but that's okay. Just mix it all together until it forms a dough ball. Then make sure you get the sides too. All right, that's perfect. All right, so now we're gonna flour the countertop and we're gonna dust it all around. And then we're gonna press the dough into it. And then we're gonna begin to roll it out. It doesn't need to be rolled out that much because the pan that I'm cooking it in is not that big. So this should really be good enough. So we're gonna take our crust and we're gonna put it on top of our chicken pot pie mixture. I poured the chicken pot pie mixture into a pan to cook it. So we're just gonna put it on top just like that. And there's a little bit of a hole, that's fine. I'm just gonna pinch it together. So I put the dough on top and it came down a little bit to be on top of the mixture. So I decided to design the sides just like this instead of having it go over. Just pinch it. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just trying to make it look cute, you know. All right, so now we're gonna make our egg wash. I'm gonna beat an egg, and then I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of water. Okay, once it's all beaten together well, I'm gonna take a brush, and I'm gonna brush the egg wash on top of our chicken pot pie. All around the edges. Okay, don't add too much though. Don't add too much, just enough. My oven is set for 425 degrees. We are going to go ahead and cook it until the crust browns. This is what it looks like when it comes out the oven. I let my pie cook for 20 minutes on 425 degrees. Let's try our chicken pot pie. It's really good. If you like the way that I made my chicken pot pie, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.